In my little life, I am here at the Core Market here at Hot Wax, enjoying some Fredo and quiet. I mean, it's kind of hustling and bustling. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. But I thought, why not? Why don't I try this again where I was here at the market and sort of do a quick, live reading for you all. So let's see it. We have this lovely time real soon. I've already scheduled tonight, so you guys can like and subscribe to the channel. Have days. You can definitely need some tunes. The ology of Oracle. Beautiful. Science. Really in here with that.
Well,
And do nothing. A very powerful being, you know that you're creating a reality with your thoughts and actions every day. So even so, drawing this card suggests that you need to do nothing for now. This is the time to set intention, make wishes, or try to influence anything. Now it's time to just be. There's a good chance that whatever you're worried about isn't going to manifest. Sometimes we do let our mind get the best of us. It is said that whatever begins under the void of Taurus, there's no fruit. So drawing a card suggests any anxiety that is unwarranted will only cause you more illness. However, if you're really hoping for something to happen, there's also a good chance it's not going to. At least not yet. You need to be patient. This isn't a negative card per se, but it does suggest no change is coming as of yet. Additional meaning for this card means worrying achieves nothing. There is nothing to worry about. And the time for action has passed. Allow events to unfold in their own time, and nothing will stop its situation. The boundaries are time to take a full and honest inventory of your behavior in the recent past. Have you been going too far? Have you been acting out? Have you been allowing your emotions to get the better of you? If you know you've been misbehaving emotionally, it's time to rein things in and draw up some boundaries. As much as you might want to get your own way in the current situation, you also need to take other people into consideration. If someone has been overstepping the boundaries with you, it's time for you to let them know gently but firmly. There is magic in the air when it's part of fear, but you mustn't let emotions overwhelm you. You could be about to receive what feels like near, but you need to behave in a way that is supportive of everybody involved. Spending time alone in meditation now will really help you understand what your best move is next. When emotions spike, you often fade away the very thing is with us. You're a unique and magical being. Emotions are ready to happen. Avoid overreacting. Draw a line under the path. Use your intuition. Follow the dream. 44. Love the cars. So, what is the universe telling you? It's important to learn how to read the signs along the way. What signs are for you being sent? Learning to read the signs is a big step along this certain path. They can come in the form of dreams, music, numbers, or patterns. Your life themes are signs of what is going on in consciousness. Signs around you, and you need to feed them. Alternatively, in the coming 24 hours, ask the universe for a concrete sign of some kind allows your question. For example, ask to see a rainbow or a pink unicorn, or whatever feels right to you. And then keep your eyes open. There is your answer. Start to calm down. As a sign to change your behavior, focus. So pay attention. The signs are everywhere, and what do you see? It's smart to also be a gentle reminder to back into healthy routines that will help your life to take over more smoothly. Meditation will help you. Hey, Norm. Thanks for watching. The way someone does one thing is how they do everything. It's a thing. Open your eyes, listen to your intuition. A spiritual therapy will help you and open up to divine guidance. My name is Fedra. Welcome to the channel. Hello, Mama Mia. I'm actually in Ybor in Florida right now, and I am at the Trendsetters Tuesdays market. It's kind of like hustling and bustling right now. I thought, why don't I just do a reading for you? So thank you for watching. I started with the Moonology. Any of you have an actual question that you want to throw out with collective? Otherwise, I'll just keep reading your maybe don't make it too personal, right? Because then everybody's going to see it because it's live. Unless y'all don't care. But I love doing collectives in that way for you all to get a hint of how I do my readings privately. And I'm here in Ybor every Tuesday, and then I'm at the Bay in Brandon every Thursday. But I'm always reading on full moon and the new moon. So coming up, if you press the like and me up into the algorithm, but then you subscribe, help me grow. Then you'll get to see the notification on when I'm going live for the new moon. Everybody actually has to be really so people here. There's people coming and going. If I flipped it, you'd see so many people right here with all these vendors. Workshops and seminars. So some of you should be attending and giving speeches. It's part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning. So come on, y'all. I'm gonna be the biggest cheerleaders right now by saying the energy is here that a lot of you have many good stuff. many stories to tell. I think for themselves up. And when you go to workshops and seminars, putting yourself in that environment is taking you to that next step. So even if you're not ready to do it yourself, but taking on different classes, that's what you gotta do. But if you're at that point where you have something to share, consider different open mics or circles where you can really speak your truth and share the wisdom that's out. Every step you take in that direction is getting it closer to the public. Thank you, Raphael. Some of you may be under the weather. Some of you may wanting to improve your health overall, like myself. I'm always looking for different tips and tricks to get better. And right now, I'm taking sea moss. I finally got my magnesium in check. You know, so this is where, depending on what you need right now, you should call upon the Fedra. It says the healing angel is with you and supporting your healing work. So if you are a light worker or if you're a reader like myself, always call upon our Fedra if you have that recharge to clear your voice, to clear it. Ooh, twin flame. Some of you believe in the twin flame. How many of you actually believe in the twin flame? Are you with it? What do you all think about that? Right? There's so many different like terms of that. There's so many twin flame, there's karmic, there's catalyst, all of them. Because the answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationships. So maybe some of you are growing within the current relationships that you're in. It's very twin flame, meaning, I think that we're all kind of collectively together, but I feel that also this is where you find in these relationships. The relationships are going to really bring out that shadow work side of it. My voice is lagging. I'm sure it's the internet that's here. And there's kind of nothing to do about that. As we do these hobble bars, it's what they got. So I'll just keep going, but thank you for that. It's like about, ooh, they smell Palo Santo. Oh, that's good. Palo Santo brings the energy in, it brings that energy, and then sage kind of clears it out. That's a goddess. Goddess can definitely snap when we need to. It is something. It's only Tuesdays. On the clubs. It's like the pizza. That's the greens. DJ's really hitting the music. Sorry that it's in and out, but you guys gotta hear me. So that's it. You can together. You know. Yes. Prosperity. Gardening. Vibes of the water. Beautiful. The universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. I talk about this a lot. A lot of people in my life always want, answers about money. How I can attract more money. How can I be more stable? And this is also a part of how do you feel about money? How do you feel about that prosperity? How are you going to attract that by your frequency? By taking care of, by investing in you, by knowing that there's always plenty of enough for everyone, rather than thinking from a sense of lack, the sense of isn't enough. Let's see what it's Asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. You are very powerful, and I'm here to support your growth after. It's right for you to receive this help and become in this peace. I've heard your prayers, glories, and sacraments. Glory, my cornucopia of prosperity on you now. So next, unforeseen windfalls and gifts. Ooh, can I get an amen? Notice the new ideas, feelings, and visions within you. This guidance gives you clear direction about actions to take in conjunction with my assistance. Together, we're unstoppable. It's open to new feelings. A new windfall of money is coming your way. You have nothing to worry about. You, your new venture will be financially successful. Heard it here. Visualize and affirm abundance. Abundance comes to you in many ways, including extra time, work, and ideas. What when it comes to giving clear direction about your action, you should definitely consider having a reading. So I do private readings. When I'm here in person in Ybor or at the bay, I do 15 minutes. Or privately, we can do 30 minutes or an hour, depending on what we need. Artemis, you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. I get this often myself because I always crave for protection, and it happens. You know, at times we get worried, we get concerned about our loved ones. So I'm sending you some love and support when it comes to that. I don't think it's ever not that you're in a loved one, but at least now the goddess is saying they are protected. Like me, that sacred message of vision for love and light. If this isn't a position that comes from tension or worry, instead, the gentle essence of the working heart, like heart of laughter, sets your power. Why would there be any tension in your mind or system unless you believe that you are unsafe or you are somehow unsafe? And how could you be unsafe when you called upon the spiritual wild glorious watch of me? Your prayers have activated the flawless protection. So ease your mind from all cares and concerns and concentrate instead upon your ultimate goal. Okay. Thank you for letting me know that there's a delay. The angels are watching over you and your family. Your future is safe and secure. All your needs are being met and will be. The worst is now behind us. Yeah, that's another part that I've been saying in my life. You know, we're always planning and saving and thinking of ways to be practical, thinking of ways to be more, responsible or conservative with our money and our energy and our abundance. But at times, we do need to really acknowledge that the worst is over and that we're very through. He just had our back. Sewage, bodies of water. Spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean to recharge your batteries. Look how peaceful she is. And again, that's also part of abundance is that give and take, that balance in nature. It's so cleansing and so healing to be in a body of water. I'm very blessed to be in Florida, where I can always go to the beach if I need to, or rest in my pool. That's pretty awesome. But for those of you that can get to a stream or a river or a lake, please do. Even just put your feet in it. Go to the river and lakes and pray over the sky and accept that. Accept that peacefulness that only nature can really give you. I think we're too much indoors, too much screens. It adds up, guys, and we need to do better. We need to give more to ourselves. I got that yet. Water's current effects are well known in yoga, The human body is composed almost entirely of water. It makes sense. Water can contribute sadness, pain, and physical effects of suffering. Engage in purification rituals involving water more often, and you'll experience an uplifting in your spirit and outlook. Water's natural properties are amplified when you infuse it with your prayer and intention. Whether you soak in a sea salt bath or bathe in a fresh spring forms, you're sure to see the difference that water will make. I can't tell you how important spiritual baths are in my life. I used to be so diligent that I would do it every 2 weeks. So now I kind of play it based on my body and see I need to. And about 2 cups of Epsom salt, essential oils, your crystals, and different essential oils, herbs that you can put in crystals, and then I blend it and I soak into it minimum 20 minutes. Minimum. Definitely have a water bottle next to you. We tend to get dehydrated. And it's not fun. So, yeah. And we all can get into some water and soak up the sun. It is summer. We should be going in it, right? Good weather, we go out. My name is Fedra. And thanks for seeing me on my channel. You can get me up in the algorithm. Give me up some stuff. All one of you. um, and then definitely press the bell for when I go live on the I'm gonna do the Art Nouveau deck. So a few of the readers that I watch have been using it. I've used it a couple of times. It's very similar to the Right Way deck, and that's the original. This one is just a little bit more colorful, more as ballad. Some of you may be celebrating something very soon. Dreams come to always a celebration. Sometimes the celebration specifically of friends. As I'm here in Ybor at the Hot Wax Market Friends since Tuesday, we do this once a month here, always with your vendors. So when you're here in Ybor, definitely contact on Instagram the Hot Wax Coffeeshop. Well, this is that I see right. Someone that's really good really just kind of overthinking. You guys don't know what you're missing on stage when you kind of straight on the full. So she has a floor. The one wand to rule them all. Yes, the innuendo is there. So starting something is a thought, an idea, thinking from a sense of groundedness, needing to really start focus and clarity. Definitely. And plan to set out and kind of decide like this is it, this is it. What's covering you is Knight of Swords. Some of you are charged with the thing or thinking, as I said, just being very reactive, not being very strategic actually. With swords you should be, but as a knight, that's someone that is you say intermediate, but isn't someone that's an expert and not someone that's a king. It's really the skill of trying to figure out and navigate and trying to come up with something, that is solid. Now, when the night comes, it's someone that does want to be noble. You want to be on the side of being armed and charging in, really focused, really driven, very ambitious. But it's also coming from a place of shapiness, reacting in a very orderly way. With that loss does mean that there is potential to be grounded. You just got to focus on one thing at a time. Stop kind of starting to things and making a mess out of it. That does in the most recent past, sort of suffering, anxiety, not sleeping well, bad nightmares, lots of stress, lots of picking up that nervous system. It's not the way. Get a few ones. Really think about overseas. Really thinking about travel. Planning again, we could say, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. We could think of the passage of life and going in steps from one to three. So this all started with one, and what you've recently put in the ground, three. You're really spreading out the opportunities, trying to see what sticks. But in the near future, God or the universe is going to be bringing 8 of Wands. Lots and lots of messages, lots and lots of opportunities. Speaking of opportunity, if you have things to give, in my chat, in my Venmo donation links, and everything is appreciated. It does keep this channel going for me, especially currently I'm at the market, so I'd appreciate it. So, with the 8 of Wands, this is a lot of information coming quickly, which definitely means to have your shit together. This could mean legally, this could mean contracts, this could be emails, professional email, this could be opportunities and looking for a job and getting hit all at once with them having references, having, CVVs, having your resumes, having a portfolio of your work. If you're looking at that, what kind of website do you have and all of this. The link tree, whatever that is, this is where this is going to be a lot of. You're gonna have to be ready for that. But it doesn't mean that we're not. It just means that it will come with all at once. So starting from one, going to three, then going to 8. It's a lot of energy. That's a lot of focus right away. And in your future, you have Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands not necessarily useful, as you see here. This is someone that is very experienced. It's a woman. Someone that's very mature, someone that doesn't have their head on their shoulders. Because as you can see here, she holds the wand and she holds the flower. She's holding it very elegantly. You know, she doesn't have any stress with it. Just kind of putting it on display just as we saw. And so this is where we need to think about, you know, where is our mind in being very calm and collective, knowing that with that structure, that stability knows you can't, you know, get through things one at a time. The Queen of Wands is definitely showing here the cat, flat cat, which means that there is a familiar. There is a form of protection over the when it comes to her ideas, projects. And that could be from the unknown. We can say it from the dark realms, we can say it from the light. But the cat does rule the kingdom, just like crows do and ravens do. So we're not going to say that they're negative until it navigates throughout the realms. So you may be actually attracted a female or it's maybe part of your feminine side finally coming into maturity and being able to eloquently use your words, your thoughts into words and communicating it. Or you may get assistance. You get an assistant or owner, partnerships, something like business, and the person is there. Unfortunately, how many of them feel this burden? You really see what's going on in your life with the burden. And I say, drop what doesn't serve you. It's not easy to do that, but it's sometimes definitely needed in order to what is working in your life and really facing yourself. Really seeing like how this is affecting you. We don't want to go back to this. We don't want to go back to, you know, long breath or night. You know, because you're holding on to a little bit too much. Look at that, guys. It's like barely hanging out. It's like ready to drop something. And you don't want to drop the whole thing, you know. It's anything. How others see it again is now the night of sun. So they're still seeing this as begin. They're still seeing this as it's her. There's nothing right there that is still developing. So you're developing in the sense of energy and the way this keeps doing. But also in that maturity, I was something I'm thinking of. That's right. Hey everybody, it's Mike is in the house and he is moderating. And I thank you for that. We have what to overcome is to become the king of thought. Again, it's someone that is a ruler of strategy. You know, someone that's really clear and concise. You can see how stoic, how solid the person is. You can see the strength explosion the story upright. Not in the sense to defend, but also not needing to block anything to back. So it's looking completely independent. Goes basket. Very ready to communicate anything that is needed. And ready to cut a bitch. Yep, if that's needed. I'm not telling anything that some of you already know. But you know, it's not because of the outcome, we took judgment. You have to be. And you know that this is a karmic process. You know that this has been a process coming for a while now. And you know, trumpets are being heard. We're now in Saturn retrograde right now until December 3rd, which means you have reaped what you sowed in the next few months. Whatever you've been working on, if it is not with good intent and if you're not of your purpose, watch it on people and it's not going. So definitely a lot of people around you receiving karma. And for those that have wronged, they will be receiving their karma as well. And that's just kind of where the cookie crumbles. She-
Yeah.
And like, seems picking up on me on this audio. I really don't think it's the microphone. It's pretty much bumping and grinding over here. We got the DJ playing, we got people coming in and out. You know, pretty loud. We got definitely at least people in the house. So there's just so much that this little microphone can do. Success. Hey, I'm not saying. So have a great time. I'm not my favorite. Favorite. Let's see, go through. Yeah. Definitely like what you're hearing. Definitely give me a sub me algorithm. Definitely subscribe to what grow in the channel. I need every single one of you to get to 500, and we are out to very close to this. I want to thank everybody who has been watching my lives and definitely posting it. It's been a really awesome ride. We are slowly approaching our 1 year anniversary. It's pretty crazy that I'm getting to the point I slept for a full year on YouTube. Could not have done this without 8-bit life. That is my moderator. He's gonna keep everyone in check. Glad that you noticed my jewelry. I love wearing all the big types of jewelry. I like to cook and all that. Yeah, so much fun to see, but definitely press the bell for notifications because I will be doing several live streams coming up. You don't want to miss it. Don't. I want to know when I'm here. So it's the only way. Press that bell, then it'll light up, and it'll say when I go live. Again, if you're in Florida, and you're strolling around in Tampa, you should come to Edenor. Find me at the Hot Wax. It's the trends on Tuesdays and Mondays. Can't miss me. Just come right in the entry, right here. Right. Ready for your cards. I'm ready for your cards. Let's go. And if not, do it right here, right here. Alright, still there's always like these repeated themes when you feel this energy. And you get the basis of it, you get the spears again. Got 5 spears now. The covering is 5 with spears. So something you're actually taking your power back. Instead of looking at your power, looking up at you know, in Game of Thrones, this is Daenerys. Daenerys is now conquered pretty much her first country. And she has only one dragon here that's pretty much, you know, mature. She has 2 other ones, but they're babies. Remember? And I think this is Drogon. The big daddy there. She's watching it. She's seeing the power in it. She possesses. She's seeing the power that she has to nurture in order to fully go, you know, forward with her life. But she's starting to see it. So you all are starting to see the power that you possess. The way that you can think and feel and navigate life and doing what you love, doing what you absolutely believe in. That's the start of it. Okay. So what's covering you? Competition. Sorry, like just flicking with it. Yeah, you guys got competition, and now this doesn't need to be actual, you know, personal competition. This could be competition with yourself. This could be you fighting you in all these different aspects. And what happens? You get in your way Stop doing that. Stop getting in your own way. So it's totally possible. Like, bro, you are the dragon. And like, Kung Fu Panda, he's like, you are the dragon. Like, you know, we do that sometimes. We do that sometimes in our life where we just, I don't know, we're just overthinking, overdoing, overgiving. And then there's also people that get in our way. There's people that don't believe in us, that people are sabotaging you. We're just putting little pussy tracks just to see, like, if you're gonna go through those hoops. I've had so many people in my life do that to me. They just didn't believe I'd get this far. And it's like, all right, bet, you know, let's go, let's dance. You know, and sometimes we do find those people. But you don't have to necessarily fight the way that they fight. I mean, like, there's tricks and tips on how to be the higher person and to provide love and forgiveness and compassion and still come on top. I'm sorry, I don't see any of them having a dragon. Only you. You're the one in that poor field right here. All these guys, what do they got? They got sticks. Yeah, good luck with the dragon. So it all started with the ideas. Again, we're at Ace of Spears again. You see that Ace of Wands. So it started with what? It started with belief. It started with you specifically narrowing down, finding out what you want. It's a house. What kind of house you want? What kind of house you want to live in? Versus and it's big. You want it. If it's a partner, a man, a woman, kind of traits and aspects you want them. So kind of a relationship you're gonna have at that time with a good love. It's a place you want to go and visit. And getting you to feel where you're gonna be and what you want to do. What you want to see. It's 3:40. It's right at that spot. Is God getting louder. I bet you hear it. Dang. But all right, what we put in the ground, and now it's in the opposite. I don't know if you guys remember what I did. When I saw it, it was in the up right here, but now it's in the bottom, where all these little things are coming in. And tons and tons of messages all around. Wow. What kind of message? So some of these have from that one, it's expanded. Some even pay coming next year. Now we have people for that's it. Yeah. That's someone that is mastering skill of a that is mastering money, mastering giving people money, and all of that and to balance what it is that you have. We're defining what wealth is. Because it isn't just traveling, it isn't about that. It's about where I'm at. It's about community. It's about the people around you that love you. It's that attitude, that confidence, and that confidence around me each and every day. Growing that now. You know what he says? A lot of yourself, you're feeling to and do some assessment of how, you know, what is an illusion. Me, what should I do? Good question. You know, as a good sign, this is technically a collective reading. So, as a good sign like myself, as and Virgo tends to overthinks a lot. So, come from a place of not being so self-critical, right? And try to be a perfectionist. Just embrace yourself. Embrace yourself in this situation. Where do you see yourself go? Simple as that. And go with your humanity. As you receive all these messages, all these thoughts, or all the things that you're saying, go with what is tangible. What can you see? What can you see physically about it? How can you honor that about yourself? And then with the moon is sometimes pretty delicious. There, sometimes the moon can pick you up, and you start to either become in your ego or you come into your fear because of things that come into your mind and in your heart that are real. So you have to decipher to be able to listen at your voice and separate it. I think it's very tricky to could be a lot of dreams that maybe you're encountering. So definitely journal about it. Even a few sentences a day, but how you're actually feeling versus the thought, as a Virgo, we're all are very detailed people. And whatever you do, when you're focused on it, you become a master. But at the detriment of your own criticism. So that's not going to solve it. Complaining about it, overthinking, and having that anxiety, it's not focused. When you guys are fantastic, just constantly say that, yeah, okay, at this point, I gotta let it go. It's like art, like when you write a poem, you can write that poem that could be 5 fucking pages long. No one's gonna read it. People don't read 5 pages of poems. I gotta admit that. They usually like a little paragraph, right? Right? They like a little paragraph. So we have to figure out in our creativity, in our world, when we can step back and say this is enough. I'm all right with that. I don't have to criticize it. Just let it go. I hope that answered your question. I went a little deep, but I prefer go moon, so I get you and I love you and I see you. But moon, I could dive deeper into our feelings. You gotta stay with that honesty, that vulnerability. I mean, that's where the essence of us lives. Uh, the essence of us. I called me a sage. Well, night of the point. So I see it, how we all see it collectively right now, I should say it that way, how we all see it, is that we're growing. Definitely growing. Some of us are growing in business, some of us are growing in our family, in our relationships, uh, anything tangible. We're expanding. Maybe we're moving, we're getting into a better place, a better home, whatever it is, physically. And we're sticking to our values. We're sticking to our hopes. Awesome. Okay, I'm glad you got the gist of it. But 3 is fear. Here it is again. Here it is again. We're all looking at the vision of what a life could be. Maybe it's taken this long, throughout this time, this year. Maybe it took a little bit longer to kind of see the big picture, what we need and how we want things to look and how we want things to feel, and that's all right. There's sometimes a slow and steady route. It allows you to put things into perspective. What's important to you. Let everything else, let it go. Really, all of you want satisfaction, emotional satisfaction. Ten of cups is the condition. I just want to feel the feels. It has to come from me to break it to you. I think the meaning of life is when you find contentment in everything, because we're never ever going to be 100% happy. Whoever saying that is very true. I don't care how much money they got, they ain't happy. Because happiness is something that you let to this. And I wouldn't even say happy. I would say contentment. And contentment is when we find the thing that what we do, friends, our hobbies, it's growing and exploring in this life. That's what I'm about. So in order to do that, we need to have these aspects of ourselves balanced enough to feel satisfaction. Because not one thing can truly add it all up. And then we have the lover version. Oh yeah. Look at those two. They're nudging their little noses. They're getting all fancy. Look at that. I don't care that you throw how many arrows at me. I still love you. Still love you. Oh, Dilson, guys. If I spoil Game of Thrones for my man, she had aim. And I wish I had that aim in archery. Anyway, we have the lover. Yeah. Some of y'all Some of y'all are gonna get hot and heavy this summer. It's a hot, real hot guy's summer. All right, take it all off. But some of you will have just choice. Love is not always about the love. Sometimes it's about making a choice in life. And these choices, right? What have you been saying this whole time? About getting deeper into yourself. And thanks, Mike. I'm glad you like that. It's you know, we kind of make things a little difficult with ourselves because we like to have these little games. I don't really get it. Like that part of this process of understanding our soul and our purpose and our karma. Like sometimes I'm like, man, we really make this difficult. We we set up all this stuff so that we can work through it and have this great expansion and have this great awakening. And we're like, yeah, if I would have saw it right then and there, it could have cut like half of this bullshit. Mom for Jim. She always said that. Because she's always got to have the last way. And my mom was always right, for the record. Albanian. Ah, no, I'm not Albanian. Woo! They are some badass motherfuckers. I'll tell you that. No, I'm originally from Chicago. I was born in Soviet Yugoslavia, which is Turkey, Eastern Europe. Anyway, my mom, I bless her, has always said that this is the journey that we're on. We're all trying to figure out. We're all in school. We're all trying to enjoy this. And, you know, we really got to take it all in. You know, as you see here, enjoy the sun. Observe the power that we have. We're all dragons here. Even now, with the work, with the inner work that I've done, I know absolutely nothing. I know that in 5 to 10 years from now, there will be more experiences to expand. And I think that's what I look for. To learn deeper and love myself deeper. Because when I do that, I'm able to love another. And we all need to come together. I know that sounds so cheesy, but this whole dividing shit, it just is. We're very capable at this time. It's 2026, we're getting into 2027. Something's got to give. And I think it's a choice. I think it's a choice of are you going to live in love or greed? Are you greedy? Going to be like those elites? Exploit people? Sacrifice people? For what? For themselves? For a short little period of time on Earth? Oh, really? You know? Like really? Let's cut the history. You know, when we think about how much beauty, how much abundance we have. We are capable. And yet, what stops us? Again, the ego. Again, that feeling like we are infused. I say don't, but let us not forget we're all infinite beings on this journey, and we must all learn to exist. Now, how do we coexist? You know, because death. What's the word? Plague. Yes. Death. Plague. Famine. You know, all of this is just recycling another loop of suffering once again. And I'm like waiting for the other shoe to drop. When we're gonna, when we're gonna overcome this and switch over to a higher level of consciousness. And I know that's probably a little bit deeper than what you thought for the live paraphrase, but this is how deep we can go. think people really underestimate it and find it as a way to just go into certain forms of question and clarity. So, to me, when we pinpoint these energy and we decipher the question, you can really ask anything. Again, if you like what you're hearing from me, my name is Fedra. Welcome to my channel. Press the like to boost me up in the algorithm. Definitely subscribe. Helps me grow. This was given to me by a dear friend a long time ago. This is the Star Seed Arrow. I think we should definitely pull a couple of cards before I say goodnight. Place is still bumping down. Maybe I'll get a client here or there, just maybe. But I do fall very greatly. If you're interested in tarot, but if you want to watch the many other parts of the Fedra, there are definitely a number of songs that I've come out with from an open mic, and several of them that I've done with a tip mic. Michael and I studied music together in college, so we have several covers that we've done. You could definitely take a look at that on the channel as well. And if you want to have a little laugh, I made an entire skit of Frederick Knox. All right, 12 episodes. Some of them were influenced and written by my actress mother. But for the record, it is me. It's not my mother. I just dressed up exactly like for the impersonation. That's why it's comedy. When's the next season? I don't know. We've got so much going on, Michael and I. Between the two of us, I don't know. And I like to make the seasons different. Did I study composition or performance? Actually, really good question. I actually went back and forth. So I didn't finish, it just made me feel like I was a robot. Plus, at the time, I was working full time and studying full time, and I was also not on college. That's another story for another time. So Michael definitely finished. Michael got 2 degrees. He could play absolutely anything. But when I did several semesters and I went and observed at school, I knew that I could not teach music. But I absolutely love music. I actually teach adults to open up their inner child through music. So I guess in a way, I am actually teaching. But I prefer to perform and to compose original pieces. And those will be coming out next year. I mean, it's like, so underrated. Guys, you know, the monster, executing, performing, just absolutely good to see my opinion. We try not to say that to one another, we want to stay humble, but he's an absolute genius. Definitely check out his channel. You can definitely subscribe to him as well. Always growing and rooting for Big Mike as well. I guess because we talked about the male energy actually came into this reading. It says Star Brothers, Taurus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. Definitely the men in my life are extremely protected. Yes, this is the Mike, 8-bit Mike, in the moderating chat. We always help each other with our channels. That's how you should grow. You should always work with the people you can trust. At least that's how I don't take a village, especially with these freaking algorithms and all these fake robots. You never know who's who. I have not paid for one freaking ass. Every single subscriber has been a real person. I'm really grateful for that. Every like has been real as well. I'm gonna keep. It's not about cheating. And it's not about having different methods, I just don't agree with it. Doesn't mean you can't do it. Do whatever you want. I mean, your reality, right? As long as you're not hurting anyone. As long as you're not hurting anyone. As long as you're not hurting anyone. You're more protected than you can imagine. It's safe to open the back of your heart. I'm triggered. I'm officially triggered. Being called to be open to receiving a new level of support now. Those in your life from the benevolent beings who connect. I'm all right with the angels, man. I give all surrender to the angels to help and assist me in any way. But other people, yeah, I kind of have my trust in people. That's part of the being, as I said. The more that we grow, the more that we expand. We definitely got to be open for others to support me. I'm gonna read that again, just to we have to. You're being called to be open to receiving a new level of support now from those in your life and from the benevolent beings you're connected with. Through ancestral patterning, current life traumas, and past life karmic impression, many of us have become mistrustful and suspicious of loyalty and have blocked when it comes to receiving support. What did I say? We've learned that we need to go at life alone. It's not safe to let our guard down and our heart open. Man, I wish Ray was watching this right now. Shout out to you, Ray. Yep, not safe to let our guard down and our heart open. The world isn't a friendly place. The Star Brothers want you to have a new experience of life on Earth. They want you to feel deeply secure and safe, even if you're going through a difficult time. They want you to hand over your fears to see them as opportunities to let in more love. They're guiding you to stay open to receiving a greater love and support than you could ever imagine, both in this world and beyond. I got 3 more. Oh, I got a subscriber. Yeah. 383, get 2,500, baby. Ah. They want you to feel deeper, secure, and safe, even if you're going through a difficult time. They want you to hand over your fears to them, see them as opportunities to let in more witnesses. They're guiding you to stay open to receiving a greater level of support than you ever imagined, both in this world and beyond. Calling your team of loyal protectors and supporters, physically and energetically, they want you to learn to soften through life's ups and downs and to learn to open your hearts, especially when it most wants the hardest. How can you open yourself up to receiving more support? And subscriber. Yes, let's go. So all paths lead to home. These cards, aren't they? It's normal to look to the external world for answers and guidance. It's revolutionary. It's turning your gaze inward. You're being called to source your guidance from within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape, to develop a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection will become. The challenge for empath is staying connected without cutting off from the world. The best way to do this is to develop a daily practice that helps you to keep in, to draw on the wisdom within, and let that be the authority in your life. If this card appears, you may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice to get in the habit of turning your gaze within, getting centered for the day before consuming anything from the outside world, to start from a feeling of its homeness and throughout each day to find simple ways to keep going home. You're dressed as an emo. I guess. I mean, I got the mood stuff. It's actually a pretty mood theme, but yeah. Does it mean switching off from the realities of today's world? We need as many conscious people as possible living with their eyes wide open. Rather, it's a call to start your day from a place of connectedness, grace, and devotion. So when you go out into the world and when you let the world in, you do it from an unshakable state of being, a state where you draw your strength, authority, guidance from a place deep, deep within. How are you being called to earn your gaze within? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I went like, I don't know, 9, 10 years without bangs, and then I went back to it. I really missed it. So thank you for that. Yeah, I've been getting when I watch different readers as well. U.S. Army Esther. Hey, much clarity for you. Awesome. The, I kept getting the message of meditating. So when I start to see messages like that over and over and over again, I'm definitely seeing it as a part of myself. It definitely needs to like meditate even before I start work so that I'm grounded in a different space. That's me personally, but I do a lot of praying at night. And definitely if any of you pray, I would definitely like to ask for prayers for my coworker. She was in a terrible bike accident where she like broke her left arm and it went through surgery. Right now, she's having nerve damage in her right arm where she's still not having like the connection to do just basic things. So can you imagine like you have surgery on your left arm, but your right arm is having difficulty. So if any of you wish to pray with me, especially tonight, just like a white candle for Brooke, and pray that everything goes through her recovery. Because that's scary. Water your gardens. So this is very similar to when I said the water and it's about going into a body of water for humans. I would love to be in a place like that. Let's go to the spa. So Earth is a seasonal planet in a sense you're a seasonal being. Cyclical. You can't be on and full bloom month after month, day after day after day. Yeah, right. I definitely try, guys. I do need to slow down and rest. You're strongly being called to put on the brakes, rest and refuel. Take a moment to restock and replenish and slow right on down. I'm really great influencer, right? Like I'm doing the reading, but I'm showing you exactly what happened, and I'm even reading through myself. The eye roll, the size, the oh, okay. But this is real, guys. Like this is part of the inner work to like have it slap you in the face lovingly. Lovingly. Your body is the only body you're given, and it needs to be respected as such. You're being called to take responsibility for your well being, for your health and body first. I know if you feel the time is running out and that there are urgent things that simply can't wait. However, if you keep pushing on, soon fatigue will set in, and this way of living isn't sustainable. If anyone continues to race through life, eventually they will reach the thought and it will take longer to recover than it would have done to that. Immune system disorders and mystery illnesses are becoming more common because we're putting too much pressure on our bodies with the instantaneous pace of modern life. Do not read more. But how do I stop? I want to go, go, go. Thank you for the reading. Reach out if you ever want any music theory lessons. Aw, Theory Cast 7029. I'd love to. That'd be like a refresher from like 10 years ago. Used to be really good in music theory. 387. Oh my God. I got the theory. And 500. Getting for 500. Yeah, I might have to hit you up on that music theory. I mean, I miss it. I miss kind of understanding how everything were connected. God, I used to love that. Remember that, Michael? When we'd have like those tests, we would have to like align the freaking like 1, 4, 5, and then identify the augmented, and then identify the harmonic minor and all that stuff. Oh my gosh. Hey, don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm going back to Terry. I'm asking to do a whole music theory test right now. Okay. This way of living isn't sustainable. Yeah, I need to like I need to take a break. Now Mike's gonna be like making fun of me for the rest of the week. At least I didn't snort. Sometimes when I laugh, I snort like a little pig. At least I didn't do that. At least I didn't do that. I didn't do it, so you guys I could just be making that up. How are you being called to put on the break? To rest, restore, and rejuvenate. When was the last time you took a holiday or had a full weekend day or afternoon off? Michael, we need the crickets special effects like right here. Because I didn't have a vacation for 2 years. And then I went for a week to North Carolina. I went to Free the Music. It was awesome. Like hippies, camping, music. And then guess what happened? Guess what happened? I got sick on my own vacation. So, yeah. Whole weekend, like from Friday to Sunday, like doing absolutely nothing. No, no, that's not happening. I don't think that's happening till maybe till you leave, right, Michael? Like maybe sometimes, maybe October. We got a lot of stuff that we're releasing and coming out. There's just no way. Yeah, maybe October. I'll tell the angels October. What is your body yearning for? Well, some things that I could say that I'm yearning for are PG-13, and then the other stuff isn't. Let's keep it going. The courageous skin. Multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. Yes. Step into the light, my dears. Absolutely beautiful. I love peonies. They're one of my favorite flowers, but they're pretty expensive. I can just grow it. So if I grow it in nature, then it's mine. You know? We're gonna be wrapping up soon. So if you haven't already, definitely press the like button. Get me into the algorithm and then spread it so that I can grow. And there's muscles on top of muscles, guys. For YouTube. Flowers don't open and close according to who walks by. They embrace all of what they are and show it to the world around them. Candy doesn't try to compete with the cherry blossom, and the cherry blossom doesn't try to compete with the tulip. They own what they are and trust the timing of their true nature. You're being called to do the same. Remember, Michael, when we were talking about competition, there is no competition. Michael, simply talking about Kevin. And Kevin's not here, especially not on a live street. It's time to open yourself up to being seen. Time to share your incredible, multifaceted true nature with the world around you. To uncover and reveal your soul's greatest gift without wavering. To own your uniqueness without apology. I hope you're listening. There is a flower on this planet that holds the same qualities that your soul is ready and self to express. Let it inform you. You may have been taught that it's safer to keep your light hidden and your voice low, to hide behind the bushes than growing tall. I can't grow tall. I'm only 5'1". That's all I'll take. Unless I grow older and then I shrink. And I better not. Otherwise, I'm wearing high heel boots like Prince until I die. The courageous being is here to remind you that it's safe to embody all the who you truly are. It's safe to share your voice and let yourself be seen. If you're being feel uncomfortable and you may be afraid of what others think, with each passing day, it does become easier. Little by little, you realize that it draws in those who are meant for you and experiences you've been longing to arrive at your peak. How are you being called to allow yourself to be more visible and seen in the world? All right, guys. That is the last of it. How are we going to show up? How are we going to be seen for the rest of this week? It was really a pleasure. You all, my name is Fedra. I have been doing tarot reading for over 20 years. I have done this YouTube channel and we are getting to a year in September. So definitely again subscribe, press the bell for the notifications. So that way you can see all of the live segments that we're doing on the new moon and full moon. And definitely when we have our anniversary. That's gonna be so awesome. Thank you, Michael, for moderating. Thank you to everybody watching tonight. Again, I'm here in Ybor, in Florida, at the Hot Wax Coffeeshop for the Transcendental Market. But we do Transcendental Tuesdays every Tuesday, and we have tarot readers here. And then on Thursdays, I'm at the Bay, and that's in Brandon, Florida, and I'm there as well. But if you ever want a private reading with me, I will put the description in the live segment on the replays. But you can always send me an email. You can send me a DM on Instagram, and we can do that via Zoom or phone. It was such a pleasure, you all. I really had a great time while doing this market. And I hope to see you on the next one. And I see you again. Thank you.